Hi, welcome to Austin's Newscast. Today we'll be sitting down with some of the people that helped shape the 1920s. And now we're with Walt Disney. Walt, tell me about yourself.
Hi, my name is Walt Disney. I'm an American entrepreneur, animator, voice actor, and film producer. I have received 22 Academy Awards during my lifetime, and I am the creator of Disneyland and Disney World.
Walt, what are your interests?
Most of my life, I was interested in drawing and photography, and as time has gone on, these things have become a big part of my career. Another one of my biggest interests is trains. My uncle was a train engineer, and after learning from him, I became interested in them like he was.
How did you become so successful?
My brother Roy got me a job with an animation studio, and I instantly loved making films. With my experience from the job, I was able to start my own company and make my very own films.
What are your contributions to the 1920s?
In the 1920s, I created the mouse that started it all.
And next up, we have Coco Chanel. Coco, tell me about yourself.
My name is Coco Chanel, and I am a French fashion designer, Nazi spy, and businesswoman. I enjoy designing clothes and singing.
Coco, what are your interests?
I learned to sew in the orphanage that I grew up in. I had a short career as a singer, and my first clothing store opened in 1910 when I was 27 years old.
How did you become so successful?
I became successful from creating an idea of loose and relaxing women's dresses. Later, I launched my most famous design, which was called Chanel's Little Black Dress.
Coco, what were your contributions to the 1920s?
I contributed many things. One was my perfume, Chanel No. 5, which was a massive source of revenue. In addition, I came up with the legendary Chanel suit with collarless jacket and well-fitted skirts.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have Babe Ruth. Babe, tell me about yourself.
Well, my real name is George Herman Babe Ruth Jr., and I was an American professional baseball player. My career in Major League Baseball spanned 22 seasons, from 1914 through 1935.
Babe, so tell me a little bit about your interests.
I love hitting home runs. I hit 714 in my career.
How did you become so successful?
I was extremely flexible. I was able to hold my hands farther back than most baseball players. I was pretty big and I had a good eye for seeing the ball quickly. A relentless competitive nature, and some people say that I am the greatest hitter the world has ever seen.
Babe, what were your contributions to the 1920s?
I had a lasting impact on the Major League Baseball. I dominated the majors in a home run, a record few have since surpassed. I was the first baseball player to hit 50 home runs in a season, and I ended my career with 714 home runs. I also pitched in 153 games with a record of 94-46.
And lastly, we have Josephine Baker. Josephine, tell me a little bit about yourself.
I'm a famous singer and dancer. I became most popular in the 1920s during the Jazz Age when I did lots of performances in France.
What are your interests?
I am most interested in performing. I am one of the most famous French performers.
How did you become so successful?
When I was a young girl, I spent lots of time taking dance classes and finding success on Broadway. When I moved to Europe for performance opportunities, I became one of Europe's highest paid performers.
Josephine, what were your contributions to the 1920s?
During the 1920s, I inspired people to go for their dreams. When I was a young girl, I lived in poverty. I spent lots of time teaching myself how to dance. With enough practice, I was able to be successful and famous.
Thanks for watching.